Hey everyone, this is Tide signing in, and in this video I am featuring a game that is very near and dear to my heart. It is a Blizzard game, and it is a MOBA game, and this game is called Heroes of the Storm. Now what is a MOBA game, you may ask? So I just pulled up the definition from Wikipedia. So MOBA is an acronym, and it stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It is a subgenre of strategy video games in which each player controls a single character with a set of unique abilities that improve over the course of a game and which contribute to the team's overall strategy. The ultimate objective is for each team to destroy their opponent's main structure, located at the opposite corner of the battlefield. So that's just the very basic definition for MOBA games. And just to give you some name drops for very popular MOBA games out there. Of course, we're going to start off with Dota. It started it all, Defense of the Ancients. We also have League of Legends, Vainglory, Smite, I think Paladin is one of them. All right, so those are just some of the very popular MOBA games out there. So now, before we delve into this video, I want you to make sure that you're not wasting your time here, and I'm not as well. So what is this video about? So in this video, I'm gonna try and explain to you if what this game is from Blizzard. Again, it's Heroes of the Storm, and we're going to answer two questions here that you may be asking, or if you're not asking these two questions, you should be. So here are the questions. Is this game worth playing? And the other question is, why should I play this game? All right, so if you are keen to hear my input, and my way of convincing you to play this game, then do, by all means, stick around. All right, so here we are. We are at the splash page for Heroes of the Storm. Now, I'm going to show you... before I move on, I want to say the splash page always changes. Think of it as the launcher for the game. It always has the relevant, most up-to-date information. And what I love about the splash page is it always shows the most current patch thematic content. So right now, as you can see, it says new event, Craft Wars, the worlds collide. So what it is it's the worlds of World of Warcraft and StarCraft, two very popular Blizzard games, colliding. So it's very much a theme of these two universes colliding. So you'll see World of Warcraft characters donning armor sets that are aesthetically inspired by the StarCraft universe, and then vice versa. You'll see here on the left-hand side, we have very prominent figures from the StarCraft universe donning gear that is inspired by World of Warcraft armor. So first let's go on over to play. I want you to see, here's one of my favorite heroes. He's one of the new heroes, not the newest, but he's one of my favorite. Comes from the World of Warcraft universe. You may know him as Anduin, the Crown Prince. Actually, he's the king now of Stormwind. And of the Alliance faction. So here are the different game modes. We're going to start off with the very hardest. Well, first let's go with Aram. And if you mouse over, if you see here at the top of my screen, you mouse over these and it'll tell you a brief description for each game mode. So there's custom games. I never delve into that. Custom games is more for people who have a lot of experience with these kinds of games, MOBA games. Because you can make your own custom rules for each map. So That's what that's all about. I never delve into that. I am a casual player, by the way, for this game. I dump all my time into World of Warcraft, among other games, but primarily World of Warcraft. So I don't have time to to play this game to the highest of my ability. So I never do custom games. I don't do Aram. I think that's how you pronounce that. That's also an acronym. But if you mouse over it, it says randomly selected heroes battle down a single lane. So if you think of single lane, just think of it as a battleground, but it's one lane. Oh, here, if you mouse over the info, oh, this is a new feature. Oh, there, you can mouse over the info here in the bottom left-hand corner, and it'll tell you info about this map. It'll give you the objectives here, like you can see destroy enemy's core, single lane, shuffle pick, blah, blah, blah. All right, then we go on to the very highest level of difficulty for this game, and it is ranked. So it says, if you mouse over, it says draft teams of heroes to compete in ranked matches for seasonal rewards. So every season, they'll give you rewards that may be skins, that may be character portraits, that may be mounts or pets, I guess. I dabbled a bit into the ranked game mode, but that was ages ago. I've not played it at all recently, but that's what that is if you'd like to get into that. So basically, you can choose your hero and before going in, this is a new thing. So they didn't have this back when I was playing ranked mode, but you can choose your primary preferred role, the role you are comfortable playing. This role will be displayed on draft screen and will not be used for matchmaking purposes. So here I would choose which role I would like to play. This is awesome. They didn't have this before. Look at that. This is such a clean UI, user interface. I really love the look. It's so flashy and sleek. So I would probably go for tank or healer or support, because those are my three favorite roles in this game. And then, so let's just say first I choose tank, and then my second choice says choose your secondary preferred role, the role you can fill if necessary. This role will be displayed on draft screen and will not be used for matchmaking purposes. So here I would probably go for either healer or support. Let's just say I'd go for healer. Actually, support. Support's really cool. All right, so that's ranked. And then we have the unranked game mode, which is basically ranked, but it does not affect your ranking. So what is your ranking? If you look here at my character portrait, you see my player level. My ranking would show there, but I've not played this season or any season previously. So again, the last time I played ranked game mode was like probably 2 years ago. But so unranked is a great way to practice without affecting your ranked score, your ranked level. So that's that. And then here's my favorite one. My favorite game mode is Quick Match. So Quick Match, you get a lot of XP from playing quick match games. Now, what is XP? XP goes towards your level, your player level, as you can see here, my player level in the portrait over here. And you also need XP for raising your different heroes levels. As you can see here, here are all my heroes. And you can see the number underneath their portraits. Those are their actual hero levels. So you get bonus XP. You get more XP from playing Quick Match as opposed to versus AI. So what is versus AI? That's exactly what it sounds like. You're playing against AI opponents. And you can even opt to play in which you are the only human player. So even your teammates are AI. So that's the lowest. That is the lowest game mode. Now, you can even complete quests here in Versus AI. Now, for me, because I took a super long 2-year hiatus from this game, I've been playing Versus AI, but I'd like to get into Quick Match again soon. So in Versus AI, you still can complete your daily quests. So in this game, you'll get daily quests that you can complete, and upon completion, you will get gold. So here you see it says no quest available. That's because I already knocked out 2 quests earlier, before this recording. Now you can see here I have another quest that just popped up. It's called, what does it say? It says the objective is play 3 games as any assassin hero. So all I have to do is go into versus AI or quick match and play 3 games as an assassin hero. And then I'll get 300 gold upon completion. So what is gold for? Just very briefly, and I'll make another video possibly detailing the other user interface and menu selections, but just very briefly I want to show you what you can use your gold for. So if you click here at the top screen, you go to collection tab. This is the store, this is the online shop, and you see here the sub menu at the top. We've got featured, we've got hero bundles, boosts, which increases your XP gain from each game, and I believe gold. Let me see. No, just XP. I could have sworn back in the past it gave you extra gold as well. Maybe not. Wishful thinking. And then here you can see all the heroes and then all the skins. So you use your gold to buy heroes. There are only 2 heroes I do not own in this game, and that is Kira and Garrosh. Kira, by the way, is not from an original Blizzard major game, like World of Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, etc. She is an original character from this universe, which they call the Raven universe, I believe. I forget. The Raven Lords universe or kingdom. She resides within this universe that they created for Heroes of the Storm. I haven't purchased her yet. She's a tank. I should buy her. I don't have her, and I do not have Imperius from the Diablo universe. Anyway, so you can see here under Kira, she costs 10,000 gold. As you can see, it's saying I don't have enough gold. My current gold is up here in the left-hand corner, and that's 9,123 gold. So you can use gold to buy heroes, and then also you can see, I'm going to show you the other forms of currency up here at the top. So we have here shards, and if you mouse over, it'll give you the details. So it says shards are used to forge cosmetic items for your collection. I don't want to go too far into this, but I just want to show you there's other forms of currency. Now, gold and shards, just so you know, these 2 you will always get for free. You don't have to pay any cash at all. But this one, gems, you use your real world, your real life currency to buy that. You use cash to buy that. That's another form of currency to unlocking stuff like appearances and such. So yeah, let's go back into the play mode. So that's that. Again, I'll do another video in further detail about the menu and all the other options. So back to the game. So let's go over the roles. What are the roles you can play in this game? Well, there, of course, is tank. So I'm just going to read you the descriptions. Tank heroes are formidable juggernauts that protect their team by absorbing attacks from the enemy and blocking their retreat. So this is really cool. Again, if you are a huge fan of games like World of Warcraft, Diablo, Heroes of the Storm... Oh, no, sorry. I meant to say Overwatch. I think that's it. Yeah. World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, and Overwatch. If you're a huge fan of any of those games, my gosh, you can play all your favorite heroes from those games in this game. So it's super fun. Think of Smash Brothers, if you're familiar with that game, Super Smash Brothers from Nintendo. But think of Smash Brothers, but in a battleground, and then the battlegrounds, a top-down bird's eye view. That's what this game's all about. It's so fun. So let's go to tanks. So as a tank, you'll have the highest health, the best armor, just like in World of Warcraft. And you really feel like a tank. Because in this game, like in World of Warcraft, yeah, you're a tank, but you don't really feel like you're protecting your allies. I mean, you're using taunt, but that taunt is so easy. It doesn't really, in World of Warcraft, when you're raiding or doing dungeons, as a tank, in order to protect your allies, you don't really have to constantly think about positioning. I mean, you do in terms of don't stand in the fire, and you gotta tank the boss out of you have to tank the boss or the ads out of certain shit on the ground. But in terms of actually protecting your allies with like a shield, you don't really fully have to worry about actual positioning. Not so much as in this game. Like, let's go to one of my, let's see which tank can I showcase abilities where you really feel like a tank, you really feel like you're protecting. So you go here at the bottom of the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You can click on Loadout is to show all your appearances that you've unlocked, and even ones you have not unlocked. And there's abilities, and then there's talents. So it's just like World of Warcraft and Diablo, where you can choose talents to further enhance your abilities, or gain completely new abilities, depending on which talent you choose. So that's that. Let's go back to abilities. So let's go to one of my favorite tanks. He's one of the core characters in this game, one of the beginning characters. He's Muradin. And he is a dwarven warrior from the World of Warcraft universe. He's one of the first characters you can unlock. By the way, I started this game in the alpha years and years ago. And I came in as a casual player who played League of Legends. Again, these kinds of games, I'm only a casual gamer because I dump all my time into my top game, which is World of Warcraft. So yeah, Muradin, I'm gonna show you his ability where you can really protect your teammates, and that is this one, Haymaker. Stun target enemy hero and wind up a punch, dealing 319 damage and knocking the target back, hitting enemies in the way for another 319 damage and knocking them aside. So when your team is retreating on the battlefield, on the map, as a tank, it is your job to block their retreat, to protect them, to safeguard them from greedy enemies that are trying to hunt them down. So this is a perfect ability as a tank to protect your teammates, because you can stun an enemy hero and knock them back, super far back. So that's that. Another one, oh my god, this is also one of my favorite tanks, Stitches. Look at his ability. He's got an ability called Hook, and it's got a pretty far range on it. You can pull a first enemy hit towards Stitches. So how can you protect your teammate with this? Well, let's say there's an enemy hero that's chasing down one of your allies, and you want to protect them, so you can use Hook to protect them. You can also, again, use this offensively. You see an enemy hero that you want to isolate from their team, from the enemy team, and you want to isolate them. You can pull them far back to you and your teammates, so you can have them pounce on the enemy that you just pulled in, and they can kill them. Or this Hook ability can also be used defensively for your teammates. So if we look into the talent tree over here, where is that? I believe it's here it is, number 4. Nope, sorry. I think it's it's not showing here. I think they've separated it. It's not showing, but Hook does have a separate button, and it's number 1 keybind, where instead of hooking an enemy, you can use it to hook your ally. So let's say your ally is almost dying, near death, but they're super far from you and your team, and you want to save their life. Think of it as a life grip for priests in World of Warcraft. You can do that as a tank, as this butt-ugly king tank, Stitches. He's one of my favorite tanks. All right, so that's, I don't want to get too much into tanks. I'll do that in another video. I just want to briefly go over all the roles. So that's tank. Then there's bruiser. Bruiser is a hero who is a tough fighter that is capable of putting out some damage. So it's basically a DPSer, but they're a lot tougher. So let's give you an example of a bruiser. Oh my god, Varian! He's not a tank, he's a warrior. He's a bruiser. Varian, he's a bruiser. His difficulty is medium. I forgot to mention that to you, that they show you the difficulty levels, which I think is really great, especially for beginner players in choosing who they'd like to play, who they'd like to learn. So Varian is a bruiser that can flex into dealing damage or protecting his team. This is what I love about Varian. He's basically like a druid, but in a warrior form, because he can either focus on dealing more damage, or he can choose a build in which he protects his teammates, like a tank. So let's go over his abilities. I want to choose one that really sticks out. Here, Taunt. So even though he's a bruiser, not too far into being a melee assassin or melee DPS, but in this game they're called melee assassins. And he's not too far into a tank, but look at this. He's got a tank ability. It's Taunt. Silence a target hero and force them to attack Varian for 1.25 seconds. And you also gain an innate ability or a passive ability where your max HP and health regeneration is increased by 40%. So that's really cool. Let's go into ranged assassins. I've been doing World of Warcraft heroes. Let's go with something else. Let's see like a Diablo one. Cassia, all you Diablo fans. Or I think she's from Diablo 2? Or is it, yeah, it's either Diablo 2. She's an Amazon, I want to say. It's been a while. So she's a melee. She's a ranged assassin. So ranged assassin heroes are fragile damage dealers that are able to attack their enemies from a safer distance. So let's go over her abilities. So we have, let's see one that sticks out. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you have your option of 2 heroic abilities. So let's just go over heroic abilities. You can choose one or the other. So her first one is Ball Lightning. Throw a ball of lightning at an enemy hero that bounces up to 6 times between nearby enemy heroes and Cassia, dealing 180 damages, or dealing 180 damage to enemies hit. Or if you opt for this one, Valkyrie. Summon a Valkyrie that rushes to Cassia after 0.75 seconds, pulling the first enemy hero hit, dealing 225 damage and stunning them for 0.5 seconds at the end of her path. The Valkyrie knocks back all other enemies in her way. So this is more of an ability where you can pull a distant enemy, pull them to you, I believe. Someone that rushes to Cassia. Yep, they pull them to you. It's been a while since I played her. So that's a ranged assassin. Let's check out melee assassins. Let's do a StarCraft universe character now. Oh my god, sorry. No, let's do Murky. I love Murky. I'm sorry. He's from World of Warcraft, but look at that. This guy's so freaking cute. And this is an alternate skin that I unlocked, an alternate appearance. He's cute. This one's the Knight Murky. Murkalot. It's so cute. Look at his weapon. It's a little fish. It's a very limp fish. I can't imagine that hurting people. But actually, he's a Murkalot skin, so that's actually a flail fish. It's made of iron or whatever. Let's go over his abilities. I could swear he used to be support or specialty. I forget what he was called. But now he's melee assassin. Again, I've played this game since alpha, but I took a super long hiatus. Okay, one of my favorite abilities from him is Octograb. This is his heroic ability if you so choose this one. Murky becomes unstoppable and stuns target enemy hero for 3 seconds while he hits them for 1 damage a second. 1 damage, come on now, 1 damage, that's not a lot. But you can upgrade that through a talent. So this just goes to show you how very awesome the talent system is. You can gain completely different new abilities, or you can completely upgrade your already existing abilities. So let's go to the talent to upgrading Octograb and check this out. That would be at 20, and it's called Octograb, and it's called And a Shark 2. Increase the damage of Octograb by 13,700%. That's insane. That's basically an instant kill. That's amazing. I love that. That was my favorite talent. Um, and by the way, you would think, look at going back to the description, stuns target enemy hero for 3 seconds. That 3 seconds may not sound like a lot, but believe me, in a MOBA, even 1 second could be the difference between life and death. You gotta trust me on that. Now, his other heroic ability, to be honest, I was never a fan when I first started playing Murky, but before I took my hiatus, I loved this ability. This ability was such a troll ability. Let me read it to you. March of the Murlocs. After 0.75 seconds, Murky commands a legion of Murlocs. And by the way, I gotta add a side note here. They're not just Murlocs. They're like tadpole Murlocs. It's the cutest thing. If you've ever played World of Warcraft and you've seen a baby Murloc, they're called a tadpole or a Merlepole. I think it's just a tadpole. I'm putting words in my own mouth. But they're called tadpoles. And it's the cutest thing. They're these tiny Murloc tadpoles. So you command a legion of Murlocs to march in a target direction, each one leaping onto the first enemy hero or structure they find, like a wall or a fort or a turret. Each Murloc deals 125 damage and slows its target by 15% for 5 seconds. Murlocs deal 50% damage to structures. So this was amazing. You send out this huge wave of Murlocs, and it's just so funny how they slow a whole team of enemy heroes. It's such a troll. I always liked using this when I saw an enemy team like going for a giant merc camp or going for a boss. So I would open up with this and let my teammates swoop in for the kill, just to add more panic to the fight. It was so cool. Oh my god, it's making me want to play Murloc again, Murky again. So moving on, that was Melee Assassin. Let's go to Healer. Where are my healers at? I know a lot of my guildies play healers. What about you? Do you love playing heals? If so, you're gonna like this. Here we go. So let's see. We gotta show the World of Warcraft healers. I'm sorry, they're just the best. So just to show you the difference. Oh my god. So let's take two World of Warcraft healers that are both priests. We have Anduin, we have Tyrande. So when I first started playing this game, Tyrande was my absolute favorite healer, and then they changed her to be more DPS oriented. And then they changed her again to be a hybrid of the DPS and the healing. I haven't played her recently, so I'm not sure what to make of it, but I still love her. So I want to show you the variety in this game. Take these two WoW heroes, World of Warcraft heroes. They're both priests in the World of Warcraft universe, but they're completely different. Let's look at Tyrande's abilities. Look at this. So here's her heal ability. She has two heal abilities. There's her heroic version, and then there's her basic hero ability. This one's called Light of Elune. Heal an ally hero for 270. Light of Elune's cooldown is reduced by 1.5 seconds every time Tyrande hits an enemy with a basic attack or damages an enemy hero. It stores up to 2 charges, and the cooldown replenishes all charges at the same time. So basically, this is encouraging you to deal more damage in order to do more healing, because it'll reduce the cooldown. The more damage you do, it'll reduce the cooldown of this heal, and this is basically your only heal ability until you hit level 10, and you can choose one of your heroic abilities. By the way, once you hit level 10, you can choose your heroic ability, and again, you can choose one or the other. So this one this is her heroic ability that is a heal ability. The other one is a damage ability. We're not going to go into that. We're going to go into the healing one. This one's called Shadowstalk. Doesn't it already sound awesome? Okay, check this out. It says, grant all allied heroes stealth for 10 seconds and heal them for 380 health over the 10 seconds. Remaining stationary for at least 1.5 seconds while stealthed grants invisible. So what does that mean? We've got stealth, we've got invisible. So stealth, even though you're in stealth, like, enemies can still see you on the map, but you look shimmery. So you look kind of like a ghost. And then invisible is, I believe, is completely invisible, which is what stealth used to be, and then they nerfed it to what it is now. So you can still get completely invisible with this ability, and in fact, you grant that to all your allied heroes. And I believe this affects all allied heroes on the map no matter where they are. So you could be at the beginning point, at the spawn point, which is at the complete opposite end of the map from where the enemies are, and you can give this to your allies when they're so that they can sneak in for a sneak attack on the enemy team. It's amazing, and you don't even have to be next to them, I believe, if that's how I remember it correctly. Okay, so that's Tyranda's abilities as a priest. Now let's look at Anduin's abilities as a priest. His abilities are more of the classic or the traditional priest abilities. You'll come to know them by name alone. Look at this. Flash Heal. Cast for 0.75 seconds to heal an allied hero for 270 health. And look at this. Divine Star. This is a talent in World of Warcraft for priests. It says, send light that deals 140 damage to enemies and then returns to Anduin, healing allied heroes for 130 in a wider path. Healing increases by 25% per enemy hero hit. So look at that. It's yet again, it's another ability in which they want you to try to get to deal more DPS in order to increase your healing. So that's pretty interesting. It's like a hybrid. Chastise, shove a swell of light forward, dealing 175 damage to the first enemy hero hit and rooting them for 1.25 seconds. So it's just like the Chastise in World of Warcraft, except instead of a stun, in this game it's a root. Leap of Faith, come on, where are all my priests from World of Warcraft at? Look at this. Leap of Faith. Faith instantly pulls an allied hero to Anduin's location, granting them unstoppable while they travel. So think of how many lives you could save by using this. Now let's go into his heroic ability. I'm just going to go over his healing one. This one is Holy Word Salvation. After 0.5 seconds, channel to invoke the light for 3 seconds. While nearby, allied heroes heal for up to 30% of their maximum health and are protected. So if any of you guys are WoW players and you've seen the Battle for Azeroth cinematic that they premiered at the launch, where Anduin's alliance forces were attacking Tyranda's horde forces at Undercity, or Lordaeron, and he's got that one ability. It's basically the mass res that he did at the end of the cinematic. Looked amazing. My God, what a beautiful spell. They couldn't give it to us priests in World of Warcraft, but they gave it to you here in Heroes of the Storm. It's amazing. So that's another reason why I love this game. You play as the prominent lore figures from all your favorite games: World of Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch. You play them in this game, and you can play their abilities that you see in the cinematics that they don't give to you in the game. So yeah. Now, moving on to support. You may think, what's a support? That's kind of like a healer, right? Well, it is, but it kind of isn't. So let's go over their support heroes. We'll start off with my absolute favorite one, and he's also one of the hardest, most challenging heroes to play. I think the most hardest to play out of all heroes is the Lost Vikings. I'm not sure if any of you guys know, but when Blizzard was in their beginning stages of their gaming studio, their game development journey, this was one of their first games ever, and it was called The Lost Vikings. I've never played it myself, but I do love this hero. This hero is awesome, and you control 3 heroes, and you can control them. Any Nintendo fans out there? There's a game called Pikmin, and you play as this human named Olimar. I think he's a human. Well, let's just say he's a humanoid. He's not from the planet Earth, so let's just call him a humanoid. But you play as this astronaut that's crash landed on a alien planet full of little plant people called Pikmin. And in that game, you command your forces of Pikmin, and you can control their movements as one entire unit, or you can split them up into multiple units. So it's just like the strategy games, like Warcraft and Diablo. Not Diablo, sorry, StarCraft. It's like that. So as you can imagine, he is the most challenging hero to play, and I love him, but I can never play him in any game mode above quick match because I don't want to get yelled at because he's so hard. He's got such a steep learning curve. But yeah, you can split. So take most of the maps in this game have like three separate lanes. They go top lane, mid lane, bottom lane. And you can play him so that you are soaking all three lanes. And why is that a good thing? Because when you're soaking all three lanes, that means you're soaking XP. You're killing all the minions that come running down each lane. Meaning you're gaining more XP for your team. Gaining more XP for your team means your team will be hitting each level a lot sooner than the opposing team. And that means you're gaining access to all these talents a lot quicker than the enemy team. So there's your level 1 talent, level 4 talent, 7 talents, 10 talent is where you get your heroic abilities, 13, 16, and 20 is where you get a whole bunch of other talents with the also talents that drastically upgrade your heroic talent if you so choose to do that instead of the other cool talents. But yeah, my god, he's so cool. And each of these three guys have their own specialties. Like the little guy, he's a little ranged guy. The big guy, he's like a tank guy. And this guy, he deals splash damage. My god, what a fun hero. So that just gives you an idea of what a support hero is. Now let me go to... Actually, I love all three of these support heroes, so I'm going to have to talk about them all. I'm not really a fan of Zarya, but she's cool. She's got a big gun, but she shields people with that gun. It's kind of interesting. She's from Overwatch. Let's do Abathur. My god, he's probably the second hardest hero to play ever. So basically, he's from StarCraft universe, and you control this worm guy, and he is so cool. You can play him from the safety of your own team's like compound or base. And you can send him to the far reaches of the battleground or the map, and gain XP for your team by controlling your own little bugs, your swarm bugs. Locust Train, it's this one. Spawns a locust to attack down the nearest lane every 15 seconds. They last for 16 seconds, and they deal damage to minions, heroes, and not heroes, but structures. So you can use this ability called Symbiote, and you spawn and attach a symbiote to a target ally or structure. So basically, if you put it on your little bug minions, your little locusts, you can control your abilities from them. It's so cool, and you can do that you can also use symbiote on an ally hero, another player, and you can protect them with a shield. You can protect them with a shield. It's not showing here, but you'll get a shield. You'll get another action bar with special abilities that you can use whenever you symbiote someone, because that's why it says gain new abilities. But yeah, my god, he's such a hard hero to play, but he's one of my favorites. He's so fun. And then you've got this ability called Ultimate Evolution. Basically, you clone a hero on your team, another player. You clone them for 20 seconds, and basically you can choose to, if you want to clone a healer, a tank, or a DPS, but most cases people choose the DPS for the extra damage. They'll especially choose the highest DPS hero. So my god, what a fun hero. And let's end with this guy, Medivh, for support. He's from World of Warcraft universe. Just look at his abilities. Check this out. This is my favorite ability. Portal. Create a set of portals between Medivh and the target location, allowing allies to teleport between both. The portal lasts 6 seconds. There's a talent where you can increase the duration of the portals, and there's another talent where you can increase the range of the portals. Now, think about this. You can use this offensively and defensively. You can use these portals to allow your team to bypass barriers or walls to get closer to the enemy team. You can use these portals to get a sneak attack advantage on unsuspecting enemy heroes. You can also use it defensively. Let's say enemy team is about to kill one of your heroes, but they're so far away from you and the rest of your team. You can use your portal to gain them to provide them with safe, reliable access back to you, closer to you and your teammates. My god, he's so fun. Also, he's got this ability called Raven Form. He is the only hero that can do this. Instead of mounting, by the way, in this game, one of the main differences that threw me off when I came to this game from League of Legends is that you can mount up in this game. That's crazy. I thought it was so stupid, but now I quite like it. But anyway, Raven Form, Medivh can transform into a raven, just like in World of Warcraft, and increases movement speed by 20%. While transformed, Medivh can see and fly over all terrain and is immune to all effects. So no one can damage you. You're immune up top when you're flying like a raven. And you can give essentially a bird's eye view to your teammates. You can scout for them. My God, this is so cool. Now, his other ability, Force of Will. So he's not a healer, he's a support, but check this out. Protect an allied hero from all damage for 1.5 seconds. And again, that sounds short, but I said it before. Even 1 second is a lot. It's the meaning of life, between life and death in this game. So you protect an allied hero from all damage, and then when it expires, Force of Will heals the target for 20% of the damage it absorbed. That's amazing. He's so fun. He's so fun. All right, so we went over the different game modes in this game. So up here at the top, I explained a little bit about the shop, what you use your gold and XP for in the game, and I explained the different roles that you can play. So again, those are tank, bruiser, ranged assassin, melee assassin, healer, and support. And again, so here are all the universes that they can come from. So the World of Warcraft universe, of course, my favorite, StarCraft, Diablo, Overwatch, and Nexus. Nexus is the heroes that they made specifically for Heroes of the Storm, so they don't come from the other universes. So we have Orphea. I believe she's the daughter of the Raven King, which is a bad guy. I don't know. I don't remember. But look at that. She carries a coffin on her. She's so badass. Then we have Kira. I haven't unlocked her yet. And then they have Lost Vikings. He's not from Heroes of the Storm per se, but they didn't want to make his own category for him, but that's why they put him here. Anyway, they are an awesome hero. Oh, by the way, one of the heroes, you gotta take a look at this. One of the heroes, wait, what am I doing? Let's go to Warcraft. One of the heroes is so unique. Come on, look at this. Cho'Gall, where are you? Here, oh yeah, so there's Gall, and then there's Cho. Where's Cho? Come on, Cho, where are you? Cho. Where is he? There's Gall. Why don't they put them next to each other? Come on, they're freaking, conjoined twins. It took me a while to figure out the name for that. Where's Gall? That's Gall. Where's Cho? Let's just type him. Cho. Oh, there he is. Okay, so look at this. There's Cho, and then there's Gall. I have not seen this in any other game. Please correct me if you can. I don't play much other games, but this is the only game I've ever seen this in, MOBA game at least, where two players control the same hero, the same body, because they're conjoined twins. They're ogres from World of Warcraft universe. So Gall is the ranged half. Look at the head. So there's the two heads. This is Gall. He's the ranged portion. And then this is Cho. He's the tank. So it's using a different skin because I have two different skins selected. But it's the same thing. But Cho is the warrior. He's the tank. So Cho, the tank, he controls the body. He does all the movements. But by the way, Gall has an ability where every now and then he can slightly nudge Cho to try and convince the other player to move in a different direction. So as Gall, you don't control the movement of your character. You're not steering at all because you have access to a whole bunch of ranged abilities. We're not going to go into them, but I just want you to know it's so cool. And then Gaul is a tank, and he controls the body, he controls the movements, but he's also a tank. So cool. There's so much synergy between, and their abilities has so much synergy. It's so interesting. This game is so fun, as you can tell from my passion, my impassioned speaking. But yeah, that is what the game is all about. Let me just go in really quick. I'm not going to play a real game. I'm going to go to the collect. You can do this at any time. You can go to the shop and you can try out any characters that you don't own, any heroes that you don't own. And I'm going to go ahead and do that just to give you, this will be the end of the last part of this video. I just want you to get a feel for what it looks like in the actual game. And again, we're going to do basically the tutorial where you're trying out new heroes before you buy them. So let's look at all heroes. Let's go with a hero that I already own, that I'm pretty familiar with. Not super familiar with, but pretty familiar with. Where's Yrel? Let's just type her name. Yrel. What a beautiful name. A lot of people don't like her from World of Warcraft. I actually like her. What a beautiful armor set. Look at that. So Paladin-esque. Alright, we're going to try. So I already own this hero, but it's allowing me to try it. But look at the abilities. So before we go in, let's read the abilities. So we have Vindication. So she's a Paladin, by the way, in World of Warcraft. And what type is she? She's a bruiser, not quite a tank. I love her voice. She's not quite a tank, and she's not quite a melee DPS, or melee assassin, as they call in this game. So she's a bruiser. Difficulty, medium. Difficulty is medium. I always like reading the flavor text. Let's read it. Light of Hope. After traveling to alternate Draenor, the forces of Azeroth saved the acolyte Yrel from the Iron Horde. With their aid, she rose to the rank of Exarch and fought back the demonic invasion of her world. Now she finds herself where time, space, and dimensions converge, the Nexus. Such beautiful flavor text. Leaves much to be wanted, to be honest, though. I love the flavor text for League of Legends heroes. It's like a whole chapter in there, and here it's just a baby paragraph. But oh well, I'm not going to complain too much. Let's go over abilities. We have Vindication. This is her Q ability. So you press the letter Q on your keyboard. Unleash holy energy around Yrel, dealing 42 damage to nearby enemies and healing her for 96. Charging up this ability increases its damage up to 140 instead of 42, and healing up to 320 instead of 96. So what does this mean, charging up? So let's look at her D ability, Divine Purpose. Activate to instantly charge Yrel's next basic ability. So that's these things. These are her basic abilities at no mana cost. And the passive, Yrel's basic abilities charge up over 1.5 seconds, increasing in effectiveness, but reducing her movement speed by 25%. So let's go back. Here's her W ability, Righteous Hammer. Swing Yrel's hammer, dealing damage to enemies in front of her and knocking them away. Charging this ability increases the knockback distance and damage, and then enemies hit at a maximum charge are stunned. That's amazing. And this one's really cool, Avenging Wrath. They completely changed this. It's basically a warrior's heroic leap from World of Warcraft, but it's got that flair of Paladin in it. So Avenging Wrath. Leap to a location, dealing damage to enemies in an area and slowing them for 1 second. Again, charging up this ability increases the range. Now here's her two heroic abilities. We've got Ardent Defender. Surround Yrel in a barrier for 3 seconds, absorbing all damage taken and healing her for 50% of the damage received. So this is basically if she wants to play a tank role in a game. So again, you would, depending on the makeup of your team, you can choose, as a bruiser, you can choose to play more tanky talents or more DPS talents. So here's the DPS one. Oh no, this is also tanky, sorry. Yrel is called Sacred Ground. Yrel sanctifies the ground around her, gaining 50 armor until she leaves the area. Let's check her out, guys. So this is the try mode. It's another game mode, but they keep it in the shop for our convenience. So when you're shopping for heroes. All right, so you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner, this is the mini map. And you can see, you can mouse over and look, here's my hero on my team. And there's Arthas, he's the enemy team. You can see minions fighting each other. So, I turned down the volume just a bit. Now, before I show you anything else, actually, let's turn off, we're going to disable the minions. Oh, my hero's going to die. He's a healer. All right, we're going to toggle minions. We're going to toggle enemy hero to none. Ally hero to none as well. So it's a lot quiet. Now, let me show you the map. So I turned off the minions and I turned off the heroes. I'm going to go over here. So this area that you first spawn into, this is your base. This is your team's base. Now this is of course a much simplified map. It's only one lane. Most maps will have multiple lanes. Usually it's 3 lanes, like I said earlier. There's a top lane, a middle lane, and then a bottom lane. And again, minions come down each lane from both sides, both teams. And you have to kill them. And then here's your base. So here is your core. Every team has their own core. This is a core on my side. And let's go to the enemy's side. Their core is over here. The main objective of a game for most maps, again, some maps are a little different, but most objectives of each map is to destroy the enemy's core before they destroy yours. So this is the core. Now each core is defended by turrets. So you can see here we have 2 turrets, and then we have this gate in between. So in order for the enemies to come over here and their minions, they need to destroy first this gate and these 2 turrets, and then they can come here. Now this is a well. It's a healing well. So as you can see, the enemies have it their own as well. Their healing well, their core, turret, and a gate and walls. So let's go to the training dummies. Okay, so here are merc camps. Again, this is a simplified version. Now, the main game modes will not have these target dummies. Again, these target dummies are only for the shop, the try mode, which I'm in right now. So we can see here, we can choose, the first thing you can choose at level 1 is here are your level 1 talents, and here's your abilities at the bottom of the screen. I already read them to you earlier. This one that's got a lock is the heroic ability. It unlocks at level 10. Z is for your mount. That's what I'm writing on right now. If you press Z, you get on your mount. And then if you press B, it's a Hearthstone, just like in World of Warcraft. It'll take you to your, and I'm going to cancel it. But it'll take you, when you let it finish its cast, it'll take you back to your home base. And at your home base, you can heal up. You heal up a lot faster in here and all the way to complete health and mana as long as you're inside this protective barrier. So it's a much better heal than this healing well. But if you're out of time and you're not really completely out of mana or almost dead, a healing well should suffice. And it's on a cooldown. I believe a 2-minute cooldown. Okay, let's go back to where I am. So here's a merc camp. So every map will have merc camps in different positions on the map. When you kill a merc camp, some heroes can do it by themselves. Some heroes, in fact, specialize in doing it. They're able to solo these merc camps, but not all heroes. You may need your ally's help. But basically, if you kill a merc camp, they will join your cause and they will go down the lane to attacking the enemy team heroes and the enemy team structures. So that's always a good thing. We'll go into more detail in another video. But let's go over my abilities. So I'm going to set my level to 20 so I can gain access to all my talents and abilities. Such a cheat, but it's good. And we'll do also toggle cooldowns. So basically, I will not have cooldowns, just so it's easier for me to showcase all the talents and abilities. So we've got a healing dummy. If you're a healer, we've got target dummies to practice on. So I'm going to go ahead and choose talents really quick. So again, what are talents? They help upgrade your basic abilities or your heroic ability. Or sometimes there are some talents that are actually completely different abilities, and they go up here. If you look here above my main action bar, these empty slots are where your completely new abilities will go once you learn them as a talent. And also, they didn't have this before I took my hiatus. The Gladiator's Medallion, basically, it's a nice PvP trinket. All right, so I'm going to choose my talents first.
Choose a talent.
So right there, I just chose a talent that's a completely different ability, and you can see it went over here. Hand of Freedom. Where are my pallies at? All right. Ooh, Divine Steed mounting is instant. Oh my god. I don't remember that talent. Mounting is instant and grants 60% movement speed that decays over 3 seconds. Amazing. All right, we're going to do Sacred Ground, heroic ability.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Oh, look at this. They've got Bubble Hearth as a talent. After 1 second, Yrel becomes invulnerable and casts Hearthstone. Cannot be cancelled. That's amazing. That's World of Warcraft Paladin flair for you. This is another World of Warcraft talent for Pally's Seraphim. But I like this one. Hallowed Ground. Casting Avenging Wrath while inside Sacred Ground moves Sacred Ground to Yrel's location upon landing. So I'll show you something cool. Let's do that one. Let's do that one first. I'm skipping forward. So here's Sacred Ground. Yrel sanctifies the ground around her, gaining 50 armor until she leaves the area. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So if you look here next to my my resource bar, that's my health and mana underneath. I have a 50 icon. That means I've got 50 armor on me. So cool. As long as I stay in here, I have 50 armor. Now, when I step out of it, it's gonna vanish. See? It's gone. I no longer have the 50 armor. And this is on a 40-second cooldown, this heroic ability. But because we're in the try mode, I toggled cooldown so I can instantly do it again. So, da-da! Such a nice effect. I wish they gave this to Paladins in World of Warcraft. So, again, watch. I step out, it's gone. But let's do it again. Now watch this ability, Avenging Wrath. Leap to a location, damaging enemies in an area and slowing them. But because I chose the talent, the talent that I chose was this one, Hallowed Ground. Casting Avenging Wrath while inside Sacred Ground moves the Sacred Ground to Yrel's location upon landing. Then I can always have this 50 armor all the time. Watch this. Look at this. See, it moves with me. So there's my charge. So I went much farther because I let my charge go all the way to the maximum. See? Ah, look, it moved with me. See? As long as I have the 50, as long as I have the 50 armor, as long as I'm standing inside my Hallowed Ground, I have the 50 armor. And with this talent, it moves it with me. My god, what a mobile tank I become. And then let's just step out. Okay, I'm just going to step out and show you what Avenging Wrath looks like without the Hallowed Ground effect. So there, you see the charge time. Let's do it on the target dummy. Bam! Okay. Bam! So, now look at this Divine Purpose ability. If I use that, it's going to instant cast my charge. Watch this. See? No charge. As opposed to charging. Okay, see, when you charge, it takes a while to increase the distance. But when I use my Divine Purpose ability, instant charge. Isn't that awesome? Here's her other abilities. Vindication, there's a charge. Damage and heal in an area. Again, damage and heal in an area after the charge. Now let's use Divine Purpose. And I just did the same ability, but I didn't have that charge time. Now here's Righteous Hammer. With the charge. I love the UI elements. Look at that. They're so good at showing you information that is vital to you. So you can see there, through the yellow highlight lines when my charge is complete, right? Now again, we're going to use Divine Purpose to do instant charge. Same ability, but no charge, see? Bam! Let's attack the target dummy. Hallowed Ground! Bam! See, you can knock him back too. And it just moves with me. Watch me jump over this tree. Bam! Watch, I'm gonna do it to sneak attack these mercs. Bam! Hallowed Ground, and watch me escape. Bam! See? That's cool. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna go into the enemy structure. Watch this. So let's go behind. Now we're inside theirs, and then let's get out of here. See, look at that. 50 armor kept me alive, and the Hallowed Ground moving with me. Alright guys, so that is the game. This may have been a lengthy explanation video, but I do hope, let's get away from there. Look at me healing myself to max. That's awesome. Alright, so, oh, can I dance? Let me see what the dance emote looks like. Nice, that's so cute. You can hear the hooves if you listen closely. Let's do it again. Fans? What the heck? That's cute. You can hear her hooves. All right, you guys. Thank you for if you've watched this video in its entirety. Thank you for being here. It does mean a lot. As you can tell, I really love this game, even though I'm such a casual player. I still have so much fun playing this game casually. So I hope this video was able to help you answer these two questions. And that is, should I play Heroes of the Storm? And is it worth playing? And to that, I would say yes, it is definitely worth playing. Even if you're a beginner, even if you're a casual player like I am, it's definitely worth playing, especially if you are a huge fan of Blizzard's game universes, whether that be World of Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, or Overwatch. I'm sure you'll come to love this game. All right, so I hope I see you in the next video, and in the next videos, I'll be explaining the menu, the UI, the game modes, and then I'd like to go into each of the different roles in more detail. So that's the warrior, the tanks, the bruisers, the ranged assassins, the melee assassins, and the healers, the supports. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Tides, signing off.